Welcome back. Well, Senzo Meyiwa's friend, Tumelo Madlala, has now hit-hearted claims by the defense lawyers that the soccer star wasn't murdered by intruders. As you know, 5 men are accused of murdering the Orlando Pirates and Bafana Bafana captain in 2014. The state claims it was a robbery gone wrong. Zikhona Tshona in court today, back with us now. Zikhona, good afternoon to you. Tumelo Madlala seemed to get quite angry at one point.
A different witness to what we saw yesterday, very edgy and very getting frustrated with the line of questioning by the defense lawyers. At some point he shouted, "I'm tired of this perception that there was no intruder in the house. Why would I lie?" Because it was posed to him, one of the defense lawyers put it to him, that I'm going to put it to you, that there was no intruder at Kelly Khumalo's home on that day, and that Senzo Meyiwa was not shot by an outsider. And he says, "I have repeatedly said that there were 2 intruders at the house that day, and I'm getting tired of this line of questioning."
It must be quite interesting. I mean, cross-examination, always difficult for anyone, in a way, especially a case like this with all of the attention. How did they get to this point? Why is Tumelo Madlala so angry at this point? And this question, I mean, there are going to be other defense lawyers who are likely to say the same thing.
So 2 very important things that he's been questioned about today. One, who was having a scuffle or tussle with Senzo Meyiwa at the time at which the first gunshot went off? We know that 2 witnesses, that's Zandile Khumalo as well as Zikhona Tshona, have testified that he was having a tussle with the first intruder who had dreadlocks. Now, Zikhona Tshona tells the court that when the first gunshot went off, Senzo Meyiwa had actually pinned accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, against the wall. So then it was put to him, there are 2 people who've come before this court to witness the same thing you have, but they have a different version. He told the court that he did at some point have a tussle with the first intruder, the dreadlock one, but when the gunshot went off, he remembers very well that at that point he had pinned Bongani Ntanzi up against the wall. Then he was asked, who shot Senzo Meyiwa? You remember yesterday, he said, when the accused was pinned up against the wall, then he came in with a fist to hit Bongani Ntanzi in the face. That's when he heard a gunshot go off and went to hide in the bathroom. So he told the court, I did not see where the gunshot came from. When he was asked, do you know who shot Meyiwa? The other thing is how he was so able to clearly identify or put accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, at the scene, given the fact that he's told the court that this person came into the house, he was wearing a hoodie and was tall in structure, but couldn't give much detail around his facial features, except to say that he had an O-shaped beard. Then the accused raised his hand in court to say, I'm going to put it to this guy that I have never had an O-shaped beard. The way that my beard is right now today in court is how it's always been. And he actually invited Tumelo Madlala to come closer to him so he could see. Then Tumelo responded to say, I consider you as an enemy. I will never want to come close to you. He was very frustrated today. He even asked one of the defense lawyers to get to the point when he was questioned about how he came to identifying accused number 2. But he's repeatedly said, I remember him very well. I came very close to his face. But when asked to describe his features, he simply hasn't been able to. And also in previous statements, there were lots of statements that were taken between that incident and 2018 or even as far back as 2019. He has never described the accused as was in court. And he has admitted that he has never been to an ID parade where any of the 5 accused before court have been paraded before him.
It's so interesting. I mean, just the electricity, the feeling that you're describing in the court. Yesterday there was an interchange between them as well. We haven't actually seen this in the case up until now, as far as I understand it. So for the witness to be actually responding to one of the accused directly, very dramatic indeed.
Very dramatic, but also very unexpected, because remember, yesterday we had a very calm witness who was emotional. At a point we had to take a break so that he could take a breather. But you remember yesterday, the accused did tell the court that he pointed at them and said, "Mazibotshwe izinja." So there's clearly some tension between the accused as well as this witness. And he repeatedly said to the defense lawyers, you are here to defend your people. I'm here to tell my truth.
Zikhona Tshona, thank you very much indeed. More, of course, through the week from the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial.